Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Borderline Hooligans podcast. My name is Aaron. To the left of me, I have Brennan.
Ahoy, ahoy.
To the right of me, I have Brady.
Reasoned.
And to the right of him is Alex.
Hello.
Thank you for listening to our podcast, and goodbye.
All right,
was the
so
shortest episode
Aaron is
ever.
no longer a part of the podcast. That was his last words. So
No, I'm still here,
Yeah, this
motherfucker.
doesn't work for him, I guess.
Yeah.
well,
So
you
you guys
said
had
bye,
a
but you had somewhere to be.
you guys have a good weekend?
I mean,
I didn't do anything.
I
But
had a great weekend.
So did I.
Yeah, I went down in Kentucky.
That's right. That's right.
Oh my God, it was really fun. I'll give you an interesting story. So, our cabin is like 45 minutes away from Walmart,
Yeah.
and I'm about like 30 away from the closest gas station. But we went to Walmart on Friday, and we're walking in, and I see this guy digging through that fucking or cigarette disposal container thing. He's digging out looking for half-smoked cigarettes. He's a hobo.
Oh my
that's
goodness.
terrible.
I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, and for some reason, that Walmart did not sell nicotine. Nothing
jeez.
nicotine.
We thought Alex was fiending for nicotine.
oh my God, I explained it to you.
I know.
But I'm like, dude, I'll just fucking buy you a pack, man. Just throw those down.
I
I
don't
felt
think I could
terrible.
stand putting, like, I don't smoke cigarettes to begin with, but stand putting my mouth on something that has been in someone else's mouth and then
Obviously-
thrown into that.
Obviously, you're not nearly down bad as this guy is. He's down.
Obviously
horrific.
not.
Man.
Well, hopefully never will be down that bad. I was just thinking about the intro. The way we do the intro ends up making it so that everybody, if you think about it, can figure out where we're positioned in the room.
Right.
Yeah.
I like
mean,
that.
If you actually pay attention to it, you know.
You can tell which order we sit in.
Yeah.
Big fan.
Obviously. I mean,
I mean, I wish I could be a little bit further away from Alex, but that's besides the point.
Meh.
Nice.
I
He
talked
can
to
sit in the
a,
corner. I mean,
like, is this like
No,
month,
this is my
like
favorite spot
Hound on
'cause
Alex
I'm-
month or something?
I just like hounding on you.
so
Because
the
it's
next
fun.
thing he does that we don't like, we just make him sit in the corner.
There you
like
go.
face the corner.
Face
Don't even
the
look
corner.
at us.
Don't even. Your audio though would probably be trash. It'd be
Good.
echoing into the corner.
Yeah, that means I would have to cut all of your guys' so that way people could hear me.
I didn't say it'd be quiet. I said it'd be trash.
Yeah.
Who here wants to see Brady drink some Bush Apple?
I do. I do.
Is that the one?
Yeah.
That's the one. I
So-
have not taken a sip out of it.
I have actually never tried. I don't think I've ever tried regular Bush Light to begin with.
Really?
Definitely never tried Bush
a
Apple.
Really light flavor beer.
I do like the design of the can, and I know that they're a big thing.
I
I
know
think
Brady's all about the marketing.
I like anything that says limited edition on it. I don't know why I'm a sucker for that stuff.
Okay, Brady. Once
what they
speculation for
want you to
this
say.
little review is you can't just say, "Yep, I still taste it," and then move on. Actually, tell us.
I
what you
also
think.
like the fact that their barcodes are shaped like mountains. That's neat. Big fan.
You think that'd be a Coors thing?
Right.
You're right.
But I guess
Isn't
they've got mountains,
Budweiser
too.
shaped like the Budweiser logo?
Yes.
Yeah, like the bow
Thought they were.
tie.
Is it?
Yeah.
Give her a shot. I don't taste the apple. I'm not gonna lie.
Are you shitting me?
What is wrong with you? How do you not taste apple?
There's
in
no
that?
apple flavor in that.
There is two.
You are
apple
kidding
flavor
me.
in this.
You are kidding me.
Yeah,
That
All
one's
I-
not
all
as-
I get is apple.
Okay, it might be the can. It's not nearly as strong as what it normally is.
really.
I still taste it.
What'd you guys
Literally-
do? What'd you guys do to that can? What'd you do to me?
Oh, mine
I
is
just opened
apple.
it, dude.
I know. I'm just
Whatever
messing
I
with
did to you, I just did to myself. So we're both fucked.
Oh, this
I'm
one
not a
is-
very
I
good
mean,
assassin.
It's
here,
like
Brady.
that. What movie is that? Where the guy like builds up the tolerance to poison, and then at the end he has the two cups.
Princess Bride.
Princess Bride. He has the two cups of poison, and like he says, there's one with poison, one with not, but he really puts poison in both, and then they each drink one, and the one guy dies, and they were like, "How'd you know that your cup didn't have the poison?" He was like, "Well, they both had poison. I just built up a tolerance over the years to this poison specifically for this moment, I guess." Have you guys seen that movie?
It's a great
No.
movie. We all
I
had to
don't believe
read
I
it and
have.
watch it for school.
We did not actually.
didn't?
Really?
No.
Our
Was
grade
that the
did.
year that we their teacher went somewhere else and then we had
Yes.
a new teacher?
Yeah, we
Oh.
did not have her.
Is that the one where the guy shows up and is like, "My name is something something. You killed my
You killed
father.
my
Prepare to
father."
die."
Yep.
Okay, that's what I thought. I can't remember
Hello,
his name.
my name is Edward I forget it.
Montoya. I believe,
Montoya.
Yep.
yes.
You have killed my father. Prepare to die.
He
And
does
he
it-
repeats it and
He
repeats
says it all the time. They drilled that into your brain in that movie.
Well, he had to kill the six-fingered man.
Six-fingered man.
Remember very little of that movie besides like the ending, but
That's honestly one of my favorite books and movies.
I don't remember the book to be honest, but I remember the movie.
It's really fucking crazy how we spiral out of controls with this podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, back to the
This
bush.
this started out as a Bush Apple review from Brady,
And
and
now
now
we're
we're
on
talking
Princess
about
Bride.
some fucking movie.
This shit
that you
actually
guys
Bride.
watched in like the 6th grade.
Back to the Bush Apple thing though. I'm gonna say it, not a fan. But I would be okay with you guys making this a regular thing of letting me try different beers.
Okay.
I'd be
Hey,
okay with that.
Whenever I
Hey.
get a summer shandy out of here, inevitably.
It doesn't even have to be a beer. You can, as long as you're not putting, giving me weird shit that, like that
No,
time
we're
way
not
back.
we're not gonna go out of our way buy a tall can of something that we never
No.
fucking drank.
No, not like
You
that. I'm
drink it.
saying like there's been times in the past where like, I've been to a party or whatever and I don't drink, so I've got a Gatorade or something, and you set it off to the side and somebody decides to be
Oh.
haha funny, sneak some vodka into his Gatorade kind of stuff.
Oh,
Like,
no,
don't
we-
be putting things in things
No,
without
no.
me.
That would require me to go out and buy vodka, and I'm not about to do that. So that's
No.
okay.
Honestly,
Yeah.
I think I have some vodka. So
I don't have any. I might start drinking it because your homeboy's gaining a little bit of weight, and I need to do something about it because it's
Okay.
getting bad.
My sister, my mom used to have this thing where they were like randomly get me to try like different mixed drinks and stuff they were making, and every time I'd be like, yeah, I just can't get over the alcohol flavor. It's too strong. I don't like it. And the one time they thought they were gonna be sly, and they were like, yeah, try this vodka and lemonade. They just put lemonade in it. I drank it and I go, there's no alcohol in this. My sister was like, how in the hell did you know? And I'm like, I can't taste it.
How can you not?
Yeah.
Like, it's
You know,
obvious.
I mean,
I'm not an idiot. I drink lemonade a lot as well. So
And then you have my problem where I make my drinks a little bit on the strong side.
oh, I
So
know
whenever
that.
you do have a drink that isn't as strong, they'll be like, "Yeah, there's no alcohol in this."
There's
And be like,
nothing in there.
There
it gets
is." I'll be-
dangerous, huh?
Yeah.
Tell you
I
what,
have had several people have me try alcohols. They're like, yeah, I can't even taste the alcohol in this. And I disagree.
Say,
Alex did it to
Brennan,
me. What did you,
Do you mind if I took
Yeah,
one of your
which
summer
one was
shandies
that?
and
that's very fun.
was
Alrighty,
that the
Brady,
Red, white,
summer
and berry.
shandy.
red, white, and
Smirnoff.
berries? Well, I didn't know we were going to do this back to back, but sure.
Oh yeah.
Well, I was going to get one out anyway.
Well, I'm about done.
As long
so-
as you
At some
guys are
point,
okay with
so-
drinking after me.
I say this was going to go to Alex.
Oh,
Tell you what, guys, I
he's
talked to
definitely
some
okay
of
with
our
drinking after me.
I talked with some of our fans this weekend. Well,
yes, you
there
heard it.
goes the
Here goes the beer
fridge.
fridge. Here you
We
go,
will
Brady. You
cut-
can open it.
Oh, jeez. I have to lean around my mic to reach the table.
Well,
Put too much beer in here and
I think we have a problem. All right,
It
ready?
smells like, I don't know, I get a slight, like, almost lemonade-y smell to it, but it's not quite that, but I don't know.
That's what it is.
I'd rather have the bush apple.
Oh, jeez.
jeez, 'em.
well, you're shit out of luck. They're gonna stop making these.
I tasted, like, whenever you go to a restaurant
You
and
get a
they
water and lemon.
water with lemon in it, it tastes like that if you just squirted a little bit of, like, lemon in it, but that's only bit of lemon I get.
It's not a very strong lemon taste now.
I definitely would rather have the bush apple, but either of them, no.
But you also got to think for people that are drinking these, they still like the beer taste.
Yeah.
They just want
That's
that
a thing
little
I don't
hint.
like.
I know.
These are not made for
I
people
should-
that don't drink.
Yeah. I should try the, it'd be like the worst case scenario for me is drinking like Bush NA and still
Meh.
get the taste I don't like, but none of the benefits of the alcohol.
Alex,
Wait.
you got any Everclear?
Oh, jeez.
Do I have any Everclear?
I will admit I've never tried anything that hard. No moonshine, no Everclear, no.
I do not.
I don't
Damn.
think I've ever actually tried vodka. The one time they claimed vodka and lemonade, but it wasn't any vodka in it.
Well,
So
Mhm.
Mixed drinks are completely different.
I understand that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do think
I don't understand what people mean when they say that burns. I've never felt that feeling either. So
That's because you haven't had a strong enough drink.
Yeah.
AKA,
No.
you never took a shot of anything.
want to take a shot of Jack.
no.
Oh, jeez.
That'll give you
not.
the burn.
But as I was saying before, I talked with a couple of our fans over the weekend.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
Oh, geez.
Talked with DW and Chew.
Oh, okay.
The guy that's good at everything.
Yes. So I initially talked, and then I saw Chew later. But
What do they have to say?
said, you know what? I would love to be on the podcast under one condition. Me and Chew are on at the same time.
Oh, geez.
So
Like-
we need 2 mics.
And I'm like, DW, I don't know if our podcast could handle that.
I don't think we could four
Just
people
because-
was a lot.
We couldn't even,
Hulk.
make an
Yep.
episode after that because
you
the
would
episode would be so great. We could not even, make an episode after that.
It's like
To match it.
It's like the somebody had to go on after Elvis kind of thing.
I don't know.
Yeah.
If I can get my mom's coworker to run my legs, I think we'll be all right
On the podcast?
on the podcast.
Oh, jeez.
I think if I was able to do that, I think we'll be all
Are
right.
we going
I
to bring
do
her in
admit-
just to do that?
Fuck, maybe I don't fucking know.
I do admit that DW and Chu could tell some amazing stories.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
they're good
yes.
storytellers.
We might need a couple of episodes
I will admit,
in reality.
Chu good at everything. We always talk about that. Like you name something and he's just like, "Oh yeah, I kind of like dabble in that,"
It was
and then he
always-
shows it off.
It was
and-
always really funny whenever you had a class with him, and like you have no idea. One day he's going to be like throwing paper airplanes everywhere, and then the next day he's literally solving Rubik's cubes. Like what the fuck?
I remember we were in one of our classes in high school. It was called Tech Tools, I think, and we randomly, I can't remember who it was. Somebody brought up like a magic trick, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I kind of dabble in magic," and then proceeds to like blow our minds with magic tricks. And it's like, "How are you so good at this?" And he's like, "Oh, I just practice."
Yeah, and another thing I remember vividly, he was really good at cup stacking, but that's not surprising coming
Yeah.
from a kid.
It's
think-
always the stuff that like
Hand-eye
it
coordination.
doesn't necessarily. I won't say it doesn't matter, but it's not stuff that's like.
It's kind of off the wall.
I'm good at doing my taxes. I'm good at like
Matt
you know,
would be good at doing his own taxes.
like super important
Zero.
stuff. It's always
Zero.
like I'm good at magic, cup stacking. He was good at all the like we did breadboards in that class. Like the wiring. Super good at that. Loved it. He went above and beyond in that class.
Basically, stuff that requires practice.
Yeah. Maybe he's just got a lot of free time.
Or maybe he just wants to be really good at something. Like watching someone do cup stacks. Hey, I want to do that. I'm going to practice to be my best at that. Magic. He likes magic. I want to practice. I'll be my best at that.
There was a card trick he would do that I begged him to try to get him to show me. It's basically just a way of cutting the deck, but in the end, the deck lands exactly the same way. It just looks super fancy, but it lands exactly the way it started. So you can use it for magic tricks because it looks like you're shuffling it, but there's nothing going on. It's super cool. And it takes a lot of hand-eye coordination and stuff, and I couldn't figure it out, but he wouldn't show me either. And I couldn't find anywhere online to learn it. That sucks.
He wouldn't know how to do something like that though.
I remember him
He's just that guy.
He is. He is.
distinctly doing a magic trick. He did it at lunch one time when we were younger, and then I brought it up, and he showed it to us again in Tech Tools. But he like does something where he like shows you your card or whatever, and he puts it back in the deck. And I remember he drops the deck, and it hits the table or the ground or whatever, and then your card is the only card that flips over.
Yeah.
Right.
And I don't know how he does it, because like even if he
Magic.
could figure out what your card is, sure. But getting just that card to flip over, I don't understand.
It's magic. You don't understand.
I remember in 4th grade, sat next to each other. It was like beginning of the year. He somehow stabbed his hand with a very sharp pencil. And I remember it was like second to last day of school. Pulls that piece of lead out from his hand. I'm like, bro, it's been in there for the whole school year. He's like, yeah, I know. I was like, what the fuck?
Wait, so he waited to the last day of school?
I don't know if he couldn't get to it. I don't know if he was only picking at it while he was at school.
Okay.
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it was like a day later or later that day. I could be completely wrong.
I
But
do
I
still.
swear.
I do still have like a. It's not a piece of like lead from a pencil, but it's like the residue from a pencil lead,
Mm.
like still stuck in my hand. You can see it just very faintly right there.
Mm.
But decided that he was gonna act like he was gonna stab me with a pencil, and I like flinched and put my hand out, and like I moved my
You
hand
stabbed yourself.
basically directly into the way of it, and it bled quite a bit.
Good job, Brady.
And he didn't feel bad at all, to be honest. But
Well, that's on you.
it's still there to this day. Slowly fading though. Over the years, it just gets a little bit lighter. Still can find it though.
Slowly fading.
I mean, I don't know if we'll be able to have both of them on. I mean, I feel like they'd have to take the spots of two people here. And my
None of these two people, like two of us, do not want to jump out for such a great podcast. That's the problem.
We have to be here.
Well,
we gotta figure shit out for this. Just blur it out. One big blur.
oh yeah.
No, that would be annoying.
That
Just
would be
one
very
long
annoying.
beep. Yeah, just like that. If you use that audio to bleep out an entire thing, I will personally come to your house and hit you.
I won't just hit you. I'll partially strangle you on the verge of you passing out. And
Just enough to keep you alive.
So that way I can edit the podcast.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. I didn't know you care.
We got to keep you around for something.
I mean, fuck. That's about the only thing you're good at.
Damn.
And you're not even halfway good at that.
You want to do it?
What?
You want to do it?
I don't know how.
You didn't ever teach us.
Yeah.
I could figure that
you
out.
never
No one
off-
taught me.
You never offer to be like, hey, I'm editing the podcast.
You know who would
Come over.
probably would know how to edit this podcast? Chew.
Yeah.
All
Like,
right.
I probably-
I guarantee you, he would be able to edit this podcast.
This kid lives in people's heads rent free.
I guarantee you, he would be able to edit this podcast.
I could probably do that as well based on my background, but no.
It's not hard. 2 YouTube videos and you can do it.
It's going pretty fast.
Yeah, it was.
Some crotch rocket just went right by the house here, so he was zooming.
Reminds me of that one fucking Honda joke.
Uh-oh.
You know what joke I'm talking about?
I probably, but
What sound does a Honda make when it drives by?
I'm
gay.
Yep, all right. I remember this one.
Yeah.
Jeff Dunham. What a legend.
No, that was his Prius.
That was a Prius.
That was his
Yes,
Prius.
his
Okay.
Prius. His
Yeah.
blue Prius.
Yeah. His light, not just a blue, his light blue.
I think he did that one with Peanut, didn't he? The Prius
No,
joke.
that was at the very beginning of his special where he was just talking about himself.
Yeah, but then like he had a thing where he would work those jokes in later, I think.
He did with every character, I think.
I was always a big fan of Walter, of all people.
Have you guys ever seen him live?
No.
He's really good.
That's right,
you
you did
did?
see him that one time.
Yeah, it was 2018. Mom got us tickets for Christmas.
I doubt he does anything anymore. I mean,
He still does.
does he?
Oh, yeah, it does.
Actually, I saw
His material might be over like his latest Netflix special because that's what it was whenever we went down there.
Mm.
But he did add a few things to make it not
Personal.
the same fucking.
Right.
Yeah, you
thing.
got to make it different.
And like it was really bad because like we didn't get in until like an hour and a half after it started. That was because the parking there was so bad.
Wow.
But he waited like an extra hour 15 for people.
Oh, so you only like 15
And like he
minutes
talked
in.
a lot about his personal life before he brought any of the puppets out.
He didn't miss much.
We didn't miss anything.
that's
really.
good. That's good.
Yeah. I was so disappointed. But it was actually a really good time. If you ever got the chance. I wish I wasn't busy 2 weekends ago, I think, when Bert Kreischer
Oh
was
jeez.
in Dayton. Oh my god, I'd love to see
The
that man live.
machine.
I listened to his podcast and he is so fucking funny. Like the latest podcast he was in because he was out doing his tour or whatever. Got a call from his wife and he said
I've seen it
she
on
said
TikTok.
that his daughter got in trouble for gambling in school. They were
Oh,
playing
no.
She goes to a Catholic girls
all
only
girls.
school.
Oh, my.
I know a comedian that Brennan would like to go see.
Ryan
that-
Reagan.
Dave Landau.
Well, Dave Lando, he's actually doing a show in Columbus in July, I believe. Who else is coming around here? Fluffy.
Is he?
He's doing a show
He does a
down
sh-
in
he always
Dayton
does
in
one.
August.
Is it Dayton this year?
Actually, my sister and some of her friends are going.
I can guess
That'd be
that,
another one I'd like to go see.
Yeah.
I
think Burt Kreischer would probably be my number one though.
I would say Fluffy's his jokes are probably very different than what they used to be when we used to watch him because first of all, he's lost a bunch of weight. And second of all, how long has it been since we really like watched Gabriel Iglesias?
I mean, his latest Netflix special came out after Hurricane Harvey. So
It's been
Was that 17? Was that the one?
Hurricane, no, that was like Hurricane Harvey happened in like 19.
Oh,
but I don't think I
I
even
lose
seen
track
that
of
one.
those hurricanes. I can't
Oh.
remember which one is which.
The one that destroyed Houston.
I thought that was 17.
That might have been 17.
I have
Fuck,
no
don't
clue.
know.
The one in Houston was 17, I
Was it?
think.
Well, then he made it special in like 18 or 19 then.
Okay.
I mean, he's still big, but he's not as big as what he was. I mean, obviously he had to lose weight,
Yeah.
just like me.
Fluffy.
Well, what is the scale? What would you say you're at right now?
Me?
On a scale, yeah.
Oh, jeez. I think it's got personal.
It has gotten personal.
don't
I
think we
actually weighed myself on your scale whenever I used your shitter the one night.
Yeah.
And I think
jeez.
it said 262.
Okay, you're not bad.
Not bad.
You're taller than I am.
Yeah,
If I
you're-
weighed
That's
262.
a
I'd
lot
be,
for me.
So-
When I graduated, I weighed 235,
That's exactly my heaviest weight right there, 235.
and then I lost like 15 pounds in a span of like a month and a half, and then I just started going up. It's been really bad since I turned 21 because like anytime I go to a sit down bar, yeah, sure, I have a beer.
Oh, bear. Yeah.
I have a
beer.
beer. Yeah, it's just something I really need to work on. Which I actually don't know like what a good diet would be to like not cut out beer because I really enjoy beer and I don't want to cut it out.
Just drink beer.
But here's like,
Liquid diet.
yeah, you know, whenever I'm at my lunch break at work, I just pop open a fucking 6-pack. I'm sure my boss would be okay
You
with
know,
You're just
I
freaking
can
tall,
think
boy.
of a couple people that I know that were alcoholics. And they're all usually pretty skinny because they don't do anything but drink alcohol and, you know, there's no sustenance. But
that. I don't
Jim
want to
Leahy.
be that alcoholic.
Honestly, I mean,
are you that dedicated to losing weight or not? I mean, the only way.
I mean, I cut out pop to see if that would do anything.
that's a big
Did
one.
it?
That's a big one.
Not really.
I didn't think it really affected me much either, to be honest. I just pop over time.
I guess
It's just not good
I
for
guess
you.
I just wasn't drinking enough of it for it to be a problem.
Hmm.
I was still eat like granted with work I eat fast food a lot because it was just like would be working in town
Yep.
and instead of packing I just go somewhere. I'm sure that's the big thing.
Yeah, that certainly doesn't help.
No. But I just need to start like packing my lunches and make them like healthier, you know. I think if I just did that I'll be all right. I'm not worried about the exercise part because I feel like I burn up a lot of calories just working.
I would
Yeah,
say
you
you
don't need to worry about
definitely-
that.
Yeah.
Especially today, being on a roof for 5 hours fucking sucks.
Oh.
Yeah.
And I'll be
yeah.
on it again for another 9 tomorrow. And until it's done. So
Nice.
That's why I like the job that me and Brady got.
see, my job's that has its benefits and sucky parts, but
I mean, it's a lot of physical labor. I don't really have to work out to
Yeah.
yeah.
stay in shape.
And it's up to you if you really want to do the physical labor. There's
Yeah.
easier ways to do things with like
But-
forklifts and stuff. But if
it's
you want to
slower.
just put the effort in,
Forklift operating's fun.
I'm a
Yeah.
professional, so you know.
Are you
you?
certified?
I am.
Certified.
I do have a
Oh,
forklift
man.
license.
Yeah.
Alex does
Currently,
not.
I'm not, but I've been certified 4 times.
I bet all the panties
You know
drop
what?
for
I
you
don't have
guys,
to be
don't they?
certified because my father owns a forklift, so fuck y'all.
Technically, still gotta be certified.
Technically, suck my balls.
Oh no! Oh no! Here he
Is
comes.
OSHA gonna show up to his
Here he
house? And
comes.
I have my OSHA 10. They can fuck off.
I don't even
Brady
know what
got
that is.
your
I do too.
card.
I can get it out of my wallet. Yeah.
Oh no!
No,
Ladies and gentlemen,
Brady, is that your credit card that you don't have?
2 debit cards, bitch.
2 debit cards, but no credit card.
One of them. So I got my new one, like my old one. You know, I have to renew it a certain amount of years, or whatever.
expired.
I wasn't sure which one. Like, I didn't want to take the risk of like the new one not
look at the
technically
fucking
being
dates.
initiated. But like, they've always had issues where like the new one's supposed to be initiated, but then it's not. So I just keep both, and then if the new one works, use it. But if not, then I go back to the old one.
Does the old one still work?
I don't know. I haven't used either of them yet.
Oh, so like you just got it?
Yeah, literally yesterday.
Oh, okay. I thought you had it in your fucking wallet for like 3 months. I'm like, bro.
No, this just happened.
Okay.
This sucks. I hate this wallet for this reason.
Why don't you get something different?
This wallet for any other reason is sweet though, because it's only this big.
So
Get a Ridge wallet. They're the same fucking size.
I've heard a lot about those.
They're expensive, but shit, they look like they're worth it.
I have my knife with me. Life easier. Pisses me off.
okay,
Ain't even
so
worth it.
forklift certification normally goes from company to company.
Yeah.
So
Oh, really?
yeah, so if like you get certified at one place, once you stop working there, they end their your certification.
No shit.
You have to be certified for each place.
Yep.
That's
That's why
bullshit.
I've
I
been
guess
certified
different
4
places
times.
will have their different rules. Of,
My dad worked at a place that
Well-
manufactured forklifts, and no matter like depending on which type of forklift he drove, he had to get a different certification.
That's the way it was at Ryder.
Oh
But that place is
my
also fucking
gosh! Look at
ginormous where he
this!
used
Look
to
at
work,
this!
though.
It's a revolving
Ladies and
door.
gentlemen, this is Brady's
Can I read it?
forklift
I won't
certification.
read the business name. I just want
license.
to read everything.
Oh,
else.
I was say, like, what do you mean don't raise in the business name? But I realized not out loud.
Brady.
Oh, you dumbass.
You're gonna have to bleep that one for sure.
Yeah, I know.
I just want to make Alex do work.
Mhm.
Brady
Make
is
me do a
author-
shit ton of work. I'll start giving you some.
Ooh,
What do you want me to do?
Yeah, social media stuff. Go.
go.
So Brady, you gonna post this on your Tinder profile?
I
one of your
am
pic-
forklift certified.
One of your pictures is just a picture of your
Certification.
certificate. That would be awesome.
That's all. That's all he needs to get puss.
Literally all you need. It's just
you show him that you're forklift certified.
I'm not gonna lie, I love forklift certification memes.
You know what the bad thing is? You have that fucking wallet, so if whenever you do want to show some lady, it's gonna take you fucking 5 minutes to pull
Hold on,
them
hold
out,
on.
and then they're gonna lose.
I
interest.
swear I've got it. Hold on.
The best part about being forklift,
And then they just fucking leave.
so
Yeah.
I'm forklift certified, but legally to be able to drive a forklift, you're supposed to have a forklift license on you. But I don't carry my wallet at work. Even though I'm certified, I'm not still legally driving a forklift.
Nah.
Yeah.
We've only gotten fucked by OSHA once. It's all right.
Brady, you didn't laugh at the forklift meme I sent you the other day.
Was it on Instagram?
Yes.
Instagram never tells me when he sends me stuff, so
Are
I
you
don't.
kidding me?
I don't
Look
see
at the
it.
settings. Make sure your notifications are on.
Used to back in the day, and
I get one every time when you guys send me something. I'm like, oh man,
Hey,
Brady's
Brady.
gonna love this.
Here's just a wild idea.
is it my
Crickets.
phone?
Yes.
Yeah, I still use an iPhone 6, guys. By the way,
Yep, he's got that old ass phone. So
He hasn't updated his apps in forever.
the pixels in the top right of the screen don't quite work either. They're I'm not
Keep
sure.
telling
what
him to
Brady,
get a
it
new
happened.
just
phone.
might be time to get a new phone, bud.
Ooh, here we go.
Why are you watching this now?
That's worth it.
Brady, we're in the middle of a fucking podcast.
Well, you told me you sent it to me, so I figured I'd check it out.
That doesn't
That's
look
something
now.
you do off the air, bud.
Jesus. This is why I'm glad we don't do live shows.
This is why we couldn't do live shows.
Yeah.
Yeah, because somebody name dropped my name, so you know.
I thought it was pretty funny. All right, fuck you.
You only think it's funny because it tortures me.
No, I just thought it was funny because he specifically said not to, and then I still did it.
So
I
my
didn't
dog
think about it.
today.
Hmm?
My dog.
Finn.
Yes.
Did you kill
Mr.
it?
Finley. No, I did not.
Okay.
I'd
I
be
swear, sometimes he's trying to kill himself.
I've seen it.
So I came home today, and my dog, he's always jumping around whenever he sees someone. We live with him, and he's always like, "Oh my god, I'm so happy to see you." So I get home, he's jumping all over me. I look on the ground, and there is an animal cracker bag. It's been torn open.
Oh no,
Not like the regular animal crackers,
the chocolate,
iced ones.
Oh, the iced ones.
So this boy took my sister's animal crackers that she left on the counter. Is he like
He has hops.
Yeah, he does.
He has very toned rear legs. He can jump. It's like he jumps up under the bar stools, gets on the bar. He likes to walk around.
Do you want to tell people what breed he is so they have a better understanding?
Yes, so he is a Dorky. That's a Dachshund and a Yorkie. Brady actually has his sister.
Yeah,
They're
Nash.
both Dorkies. They're very wonderful dogs.
They're definitely dorky though. Like they fit the name.
Literally, just picture a Yorkie. It's like long, like a Dachshund. Mine has like a longer snout.
Dachshund is another name for a wiener dog. So
Thank you for the clarification.
I didn't know if everybody knew that.
But anyways,
some people aren't up to speed.
right. She left her animal crackers on the counter, and this boy got up there, threw them down on the ground,
And went to town.
and then went to town. Like, he tore out the whole bottom of the bag. This little shit.
My dog takes shit out of the trash. So like if there'd be like a hamburger meat packet in there, tears it up, licks everything, and just leaves the mess for me. This morning, normally she wakes up to mom upstairs. Because mom wakes up at 5. I don't get up until like 6:30. And she hears mom and she wants outside. I'm like, I let her out or whatever. But like this week, her and dad took the week off just because they're not doing a vacation, but they just don't want the week off.
Hmm.
And so she literally woke me up seconds before my alarm went off. She punched me in the face. I was ready to throw hands with the dog at 6 o'clock in the morning this morning. I was livid.
The one thing I find really funny about the Dorky breed is I thought maybe it was just one of the dogs, but then we found out it was each of our dogs do the exact same thing. When they get excited, they're likely to just piss exactly where they're standing.
Yeah.
You'll get home and they'll be so excited to see you. They're just like, yep, I can't hold it. Too much excitement.
There's a lot of dogs like that.
And I
actually.
swear, they keep a separate reserve when they're excited, because then he can go outside and piss for like a minute straight. I'm like, how the hell do you hold that much?
My old dog, I swear to God, it held gallons at a time.
yeah.
I was like,
do
boy,
you do
get your
that?
and it was always during the wintertime when it's like 15 degrees outside. I'm like, dog, get your ass back in the house. I am freezing.
He's always pissing icicles.
Yeah.
It must be the Dachshund because we have a purebred Yorkie as well, and he does not have that issue. Never does that. So it must be the Dachshund in him.
My purebred Yorkie.
Yeah, it does sound very privileged, but to be honest, Yorkies are like some of the most common small dogs.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah. My dog got in trouble going to the neighbor's flower bed.
Oh,
and I guess
jeez.
dad texted me about it. I'm like, I'm not home. You're texting me about this, and I'm literally working.
Yeah.
Like, you're home right now. You punish her. I can't. Because if I do it, it looks like dog abuse. Because she hasn't done it in a hot minute.
Yeah. And then at that point, she doesn't really know what it's for.
Exactly.
You gotta do it like right now.
Immediately.
Yeah.
I told my neighbor, I'm like, hey, if you just want to like spray her with your hose, feel free.
My dad's
she'll
got an
learn.
issue where he will take food for the dogs and put it at the edge of the table and let them eat it off of it, and then he complains when they try to steal when they try to steal his food.
Yeah, that's
It's like you're teaching them to do it the wrong way. And then when I yell at him for like, when I'd be like, really, quit putting food on the table, he's like, come on, they're dogs. I'm just like,
and then
then
whenever
you
he tries
complain
to-
about it.
Yeah.
Bugs me. He's really bad at teaching them to do the right thing because he likes to spoil them.
Yeah, I told
Yeah.
myself I wasn't going to teach Layla to speak because she wouldn't shut the fuck up, and now she doesn't shut the fuck up because I taught her to speak. It's great. It's great.
I will admit, when we got Spike, he's a small dog. They usually are pretty annoying. They yap.
Mhm.
We were worried. Like when you get a Yorkie, I can't remember how many months we got him at, whatever, when you could first get him. Yorkies don't,
It's 8 weeks, but go.
they can't bark until a certain amount of months. And we were dreading the time when he was getting around that time when he could bark because we were like, oh no, he's going to be one of them annoying dogs. He's a small dog. It's going to be like that.
It's going to be like the dog from Grown Ups with the
And then
vocal cords clipped.
Spike literally has been the perfect dog because he only barks when it is required to be. Like when there's legitimate danger or like he rarely barks, and I love it Ash, on the other hand, not so much.
Yeah.
But Spike is so good with not barking when he shouldn't be. Now, growling, on the other hand, he does like to growl when he's playing and stuff. But you're playing, you don't care.
Yeah.
As long as he doesn't bark for attention, that bugs me.
I love it when dogs have two different types of barks. Like one's like a playful, and then they'll go real low. Because Layla has a very low bark when she's like showing danger and shit. And it's really annoying because when she thinks it is danger, it's normally just my brother coming downstairs to get something to eat.
Yeah.
I was like, it'd be like 10:30, 11. I'll be like, dog, I'm trying to sleep. I have to work.
So, speaking of dogs in danger, sorry, my mic was actually muted. We had to, for my uncle one time, they were going to be gone for like a weekend or whatever. So what we had to do is go to their house that night and let their dog into their milking parlor, and then go back the next morning and let him out. And they said it should be pretty easy. He usually likes to go in there at night. Shouldn't be an issue. We've met him before. We've hung out with this dog, pet him, no problem. Well, I guess he must know that his owner is not home. And that is a problem because we
Yep.
showed up and we find him in their garage, and he is in the it was terrifying. Walked into pitch black garage, and he is like, we can't see, and all of a sudden we just hear growling. And he's not a small dog. I don't know what breed he is, but he is a huge dog.
Good sized dog.
And we walk in and we could just hear him growling, and it was no playful growl. And like, we turned the light on and he's like hiding in the corner, but he's just staring at us intensely,
It's like
just
Cujo
growling.
style.
And we were like, it's fine. We're just here to be friendly. And they told us, like, they're right inside the house. There's the spare fridge. There's hot dogs in there. If you can't get him to do something, just throw a hot dog. He'll go get it. He didn't give a fuck about the hot dog.
Oh wow.
Oh no.
Well, so then we go to open the milking parlor, hoping, we'll throw a hot dog in there. Maybe he'll come out, and leave him alone. He'll go in there. We accidentally left the house door open.
Oh.
He got into the fucking house. He went straight across the hallway and right into this closet, and he would not leave. He just sat there and growled and barked at us. And we were panicking because we're like, what the fuck are we going to do? We accidentally let him in the house. We couldn't get him out of the garage, let alone the house. And then luckily, we actually made a trail of hot dogs and just left him alone long enough that he could come out. We didn't end up getting the milking parlor. Didn't work. We called him. We're like, can't do it.
Can't get him.
And the only reason they want him in the milking parlor is because he's afraid of the dark.
Oh jeez.
The dog that is literally growling at us and snapped at my dad a couple times.
He's afraid of the dark.
And then the next morning, we went there to check on him. Like, we didn't put him in the milking parlor, but we went there to check on him anyways. And like, we were like, maybe be friendly. It's daylight, stuff's going on. We walk up and he just looks at us, starts growling. We're like, all right, we're leaving. We haven't been back there since to like whenever his owners are back home to see if he would do the same thing, but hopefully not.
So Alex, do your cats do anything like that?
Rin doesn't stop meowing, and Sarge only meows when he wants attention.
Sarge also runs anytime anybody shows up. He's not
Sarge
defending you.
Runs.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's used to the barn life. Something he doesn't know shows up, could be danger.
Oh.
Even though that cat could probably kick my ass.
Oh yeah.
He's lived a rough life.
Oh yeah. He's kicked 3 of our dogs' asses.
Really?
He's a
Yes.
beefy cat.
He kicked Pepper's ass, Rusty's ass, and Bray's ass.
Wow.
Rusty wasn't really trying, to be fair. He was just, being his stoner.
Most of the time, whenever you say that, it's normally like a dog just gets too close to a cat, and it's just a quick swipe at the nose, and then the dog just leaves.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, dogs
but-
usually are just like, no, I don't want no smoke.
Because Layla loves friends, and it doesn't matter what the fuck you are. She
Yep.
wants to play.
Try goldfish.
That would require me to take care of a fucking goldfish, and I don't want to do that.
So, anyways, with Rusty, it was more him just being curious and going up to Sarge and refusing not to stop telling him. So he got his nose swatted at until he caught it cut open. And then he whined and ran away.
They learn real quick not to do it again, though.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think Layla does.
No, I think she would fucking run in front of a car if that meant friend. That dog, something else. I feel like I get stuck with the stupid dogs, but they're still smart because they still know tricks. Like, you're smart enough to know tricks, but your common sense is out the fucking door.
Yeah.
Any animal that knows how to give high fives or shakes, absolutely love that. Big fan.
Oh, yeah.
It's the best. High fives are even like that's bonus points.
Gee, Brennan, what do you have there?
Oh, funny you should ask, Aaron. So, on this episode's
Brennan has a
edition-
firearm!
Oh, jeez.
You know what that means?
Get down on the ground and count it. Bleh. Count to 10. Goddamn. I got it on my own tongue.
Yes, folks. Back by popular demand. This is BTT JFF
Whoa, whoa.
No.
or BGT.
GGT.
JFF.
We'll have to restart that.
Goddamn.
I don't know why
This
I
whole
said T.
episode's a shit show.
Hey, they haven't been that bad.
Brennan's
This one's been
gun
pretty
time, just for fun, for those of you who are new, where whenever we decide to have an episode like this, I bring in one of my classic firearms and do a little history lesson about it. And this week we have the Jesus is heavy.
The
and
big
long.
one.
It's a big one. This is the
Too big.
No.
never too big.
That's a
Brendan, if
joke
any
aside-
time you get
never
like
mind.
a hold of a Sherman, feel free to bring her on
jeez.
by.
Bring that
Just
in.
like plowed through the wall.
We'll put it right outside the window and we can just kind of check it out from there.
Yeah.
All right, so this is the Mauser 71/84. It is called that because the original model was patented in 1871, and this model was updated in 1884. So this is the German Empire's first repeating firearm for their military.
So this is
before-
a military gun.
Yes, this is a military gun.
That's awesome.
So before this, basically every arm had single shot, because this was made in the 1880s. This is the advent of like cartridge firearms, instead of the muzzle loaders. They started doing cartridges in the 1860s, 1870s. And everyone had single shots because basically by this time with the cartridges, the militaries just thought that their troops would be too stupid and they'd just be wasting ammo instead of like doing good shots. So basically they had the technology to make a air repeating rifle, but they basically thought their troops were too stupid.
They thought the
So-
troops would just like not respect each shot. Like they wouldn't treat each shot like it's important.
Right.
Never would have thought of that.
But eventually it just became unavoidable because there was like a battle in the late 1870s where the Ottomans just like decimated the Russians because they had repeaters. It's like, oh shit, I need one of those.
But if you think about it, it kind of makes sense because at that time, that technology was advanced. Now we have fully automatic guns, and we blow ammo like nothing. And
Well,
those guns have
Yeah,
been.
you
could
know
you
that-
imagine them experiencing cover fire?
No.
Talk about wasting ammo.
That'd be crazy.
Well, not wasting. It's got purposes.
It's
but
got
I mean,
its own purpose.
yeah, but
Granted, it's not a bullet for a bad guy, but
It could be a bullet for a good guy for all we know.
god damn it.
We don't want it to be, but it could be.
So basically, how this thing developed. Mauser, for those of you who don't know, is a big name in the history of guns. The Mauser brothers, they were big in the development of bolt action rifles like this one. Basically, for those of you that don't know, it's kind of like a stick with a ball at the end that you use to like eject a spent cartridge, a fired cartridge, and then use the same thing to put a new round in the chamber to fire. Wilhelm Mauser was the big one, so he was a big figure in developing this. It was their rifle that was a 71, and then the German government wanted a repeater, so they had this big secret project to make this. it's tube fed. So basically, in the wood here, you can't see it, but there's like a long metal tube all the way to front of the gun. And I don't think I wrote it down. I think it holds like 8 in that tube, and then you can put one in the chamber.
Is that why they're so long? Because so they can hold more ammo?
Well, this one is.
Because you showed
Basically-
us the rounds earlier, and they are not small.
Yeah, this thing it's rather hefty. It's called
It's a good size round.
11
It's,
millimeter Mauser.
Put it next
or-
to your beer can. Yeah, it's about 3/4 of a beer can tall.
It's a bulky cartridge, I will say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
but
good size around.
It's also called 43 Mauser because it's 43 caliber. It's interesting the way it's designed because it's got like this flat nose
Mm-hmm.
on the bullet, and that was to prevent chain fire. So like they were really concerned that if they had like a bullet that was more pointed, well, they didn't really point bullets at the time, but something with a more pronounced end, they would have front of one round strike primer of another, the tube, and like boom,
Yeah,
Yeah.
shoot.
have it explode basically. So they had flat nose bullet, and if you can see, it's got like a little bump at the bottom.
It's a rimmed cartridge.
Well, it's rimmed, yes, but like at the base of the cartridge, it's got like a bump that next round can rest on, and that kind of makes a gap between the front of the bullet and primer, so it doesn't detonate.
You see the flat nose cartridges in a lot of like the lever actions because there are a lot of lever actions are tube fed. That's a pretty
Right.
common thing.
Right, that was their idea. They didn't want chain fire, and it just would explode in their hands.
No bueno.
So basically, they went through this whole process to do this thing, and they were so proud of this new rifle, and then it pretty much became obsolete right away because like the year after this was released, the French came up with it's called smokeless powder. I know we went into a little bit of a discussion of that last time.
Mhm.
Basically, this is a black powder gun. It burns slowly, it shoots all kinds of smoke everywhere. Smokeless shoots bullets faster. There's no smoke cloud, and basically now every black powder gun was obsolete. And the French, being the Germans' biggest rival, this was a big problem for them. Like, well, shit, now we need a whole new gun.
Smoke black powder also is very dirty
Right.
and corrosive.
But that wasn't the biggest concern
Well,
when
yeah.
it came to this. I mean, they kind of just knew that that was a thing.
They were just like, yeah, I want bullet go fast.
So basically, I'm going to show you how this works. So, I guess I'll move from the front to the back. So this right here is a stacking rod. So like you see pictures where they like stack up their guns and like teepee kind of thing. That's what that does.
For the audience, this is audio. The front, he means the end of the barrel.
Where's the muzzle end? And this actually unscrews. So the tube is like right here. This is like the end cap for the tube. If you screw this off, I'm not going to do it because there's a lot of pressure, but like the spring just goes boing.
Wow.
I'm serious.
I believe you.
So does
I-
this one, when you feed the rounds in, do you feed it in from like the chamber?
I will get there.
Okay.
When I get there.
Trying to go ahead, Brady.
Sorry,
Let him
Got a
do his
bayonet lug.
presentation.
Right here. That's where your bayonet sticks on right there.
but you do not have.
You don't have that. No, those are not very common to find, as you imagine.
They
America.
should be.
You could probably
honestly.
find a remake or something.
That's not cool though.
Sight. It's a ladder sight. So this is the standard right here. It's for 200 meters. Flip this little thing up. That's 300 meters. Then anything beyond that, flip up the ladder sight, and that's 400. And I think it goes up to like 1600 meters,
Holy shit.
which is very, very.
That's getting- that's
optimistic.
getting close to a mile.
That's
ain't
very
it?
optimistic.
That wouldn't happen. That wouldn't
No.
happen. So
With-
basically, how it works is you got to
That's
line that
giving a
up.
drunk guy a lot of confidence having that there.
Okay,
So
I
you
think it's like 700 yards that a person starts becoming like the size of a front sight at that
Yeah.
point.
So like basically you put this whole thing way at the top, and then you would be aiming it like this. Be going to the 1600 meters right there. So you can't even aim. They had a thing called volley fire that the people at the time the militaries like to use. Basically, you're just you got an enemy way over there, really long away, long distance away.
Let's just like dick with them a little bit, like
Like
just
It's
to make
just like
them,
the whole like in movies you see them
yeah,
use the arrows go up and
I
come
was gonna
down.
say,
They're
'cause
doing the
there's,
same
like,
thing.
a scene in 300 where like they were like rain the arrows down on them.
Hmm.
That's what they're trying to do with this,
okay.
because they were gonna be fighting at distances that were way longer away than they used to be. They were trying to think of a way to get some sort of an advantage. I mean, because you gotta think, if you're that far away and lead just starts raining down, and you're like, "Holy shit!" So that's that. This is the safety right here. That won't work unless if you like cock it, and then it's got like 3 stages. So this is ready to fire. This you can't fire it. This engages the trigger. So like it locks that. This entirely locks it. Does nothing. So I was talking before about the militaries not wanting their troops to be wasting ammo. So a lot of guns at the time had a magazine cutoff where you could have like a full, in this case, a full tube of ammunition. You wouldn't have to access that. So you'd be able to just fire single shots. And then if it would come into a time where like you're being ambushed or something, you could turn on or turn off magazine cutoff, engage your tube, just keep firing.
That's cool.
So basically, that's this little thing on the side here. So my part, you guys see, I'm gonna try to do it where you can see. Like, you see this here, you dress the round right there. It doesn't move at all. So you moving it, still stays there. So then, this little thing on the side, flip that back. Close it. Gotta give this thing a little bit of leeway. Sometimes it was made in 1887.
It's an old gun.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's-
we'll
he
have
just-
a little leeway.
He just
with it.
brushed over the fact that this gun was made in 1887, same year as his shotgun we talked about last time on BGTJFF.
Right.
But
So I got it to go all the way back. So then close it. And if you do that with the cutoff off, you might feel a little bit of a movement because plate just dropped. So Brady asked about the tube before. Basically, you load it like this. You take them to the breech. You load them straight in like that until it gets full. And then, oh yeah. So you just yank the bolt back really hard. Plate comes up. There will be another round right there. Close it, fire. Open it back up. Drops again. And you go through it like that.
Okay.
It's really fascinating to see how guns worked, like way back when.
I also
Well-
never would have thought of the whole like worried about people wasting ammo thing.
Being
Yeah.
stupid.
Well, I mean, you gotta think now with the whole covering firing thing. Like, if you go up with against somebody, say like we're a fire team, just don't make fun of me for this. All right.
Please make fun of him for it.
No, because he's just been going. Oh, there's Alex going all tactical.
Mr. Tactical over
Yeah,
here.
that shit. But say we're a fire team, we have semi-automatic because we don't have access to fully automatic. We go up against a fire team with fully automatic guns, we're done. Not because of ammo or skill or anything. It's because they can keep us under cover and then come around and pop our asses. Then they weren't thinking that way.
Right.
They were thinking, we want each bullet to kill at least one person.
Wars were fought differently back then.
Yeah.
I kill 50 man.
I killed 50 men. I mean, you gotta think about this. Just like 2 decades before, they were still fighting in lines. Civil War. Then
Yeah.
warfare was changing then, and then you got to this point. And I brought it before the French rifle. It was also tube fed, that smokeless one, and they used that one all the way up to the Civil War. And by that time, most other nations had, or World War One, I should say. I was talking about the Civil War before. Like, they used that rifle up until World War One, and by that time, the Germans had already had like, it would have been on their second rifle after this. So the French were still using technology like this in World War One, and the Germans had advanced beyond that. Um, so that kind of had some complications for them.
I wonder why Germans advanced so fast.
Well, the French were very unprepared for World War One. That's another story. Um, this one, I was pulling up pictures before. I had refinished. So like you see it here, it looks all nice and black. And I believe we'll have a picture for you listeners at home, that way you can kind of get a visual of it, or you can look it up too. Um, this one when I bought it a couple years ago was nickel plated, so like the finish was like nickel, and it was not well taken care of. Whoever had it before, and the nickel was getting rust spots in it. So like,
So was this thing nickel plated originally? Like,
no,
okay,
this
so
would have
somebody
been,
had it nickel plated.
Oh, jeez.
I have actually seen this thing in person before. It was re-blued, but would have had a blued finish originally, or like, okay.
So, to the audience, we will be posting these on our Twitter as soon as we're done with the show.
Yeah, follow us at
No, we
the
gotta
old
wait
hooligans
until
on
this.
Twitter.
So basically,
They can wonder what it's about. They get
You-
excited for BGT, AFF.
So basically, you picture this gun with like finish of a nickel, and it's got like rust spots all over it. It was not good, and I had spent a bit of money on it, as you can imagine, and I wanted it to look nice, so I had it refinished. Now it looks pretty nice. I don't know if you guys want. It's very hefty.
Very.
Oh,
I have
yeah,
handled this
she's got some
firearm
weight.
a couple times.
So yeah, you can hold
So
it.
isn't there something
around.
with the U.S. law where this is not considered to be a gun, right? Or
Yes. So this one is not considered a firearm. Because I believe there's like 3 qualifications, but like the big 2 are it shoots black powder and if it was made before 1898. So if you have a gun that was made before 1898, shoots black powder, it's considered an antique and doesn't qualify under the FFA. So you don't really need a background check for it because it's considered a historical piece.
which, if somebody's going to go out and try to like shoot up, some gang members,
You're not going
this
to
is
use
not what they're going
this.
to pick.
No. And actually, it's interesting. You kind of got to give it a little heave-ho.
You have to be forceful
Yeah.
with it.
So this counts for reproduction firearms as well. So like if you went and bought like a reproduction Springfield rifle from the Civil War that was made in this year, that counts as an antique because it can only shoot black powder.
Yeah, it has to shoot black powder though. Like it can't be like a different caliber of the same firearm.
But okay, so do they make guns that like replicate guns from like this time era but shoot smokeless?
They can. They can.
I didn't know if that was something that was like popular or not.
So like you remember like my shotgun last time, pretty much because there are people that shoot what they call cowboy guns, stuff like that, and like repeaters, guns from like the old west. They literally use ammunition that is smokeless, but it's like got a lesser charge in it, so that way the gun doesn't blow up, but you don't get the corrosive ammunition.
Or all the
So, like,
smoke.
There are ways around it. Like some of the ones, like right around 1900, there are some in the 1890s that were made to shoot black powder, but you can kind of mess with, how much powder you have in. It's not safe to do, obviously. I recommend that no one does that.
Unless you're trained professionally
Yeah.
and you know what the fuck you're doing.
Because guns were starting to be made a different way. They were starting to be made stronger, and they could take more. But I would not recommend doing that. That's why if it was made in the time of black powder, they shoot black powder. You should only shoot black powder through it.
So my question is, the rounds do you have, are they actual black powder or are
Yes.
they like the lesser charge?
I do believe this is actual black powder. Yeah, this is actual black powder. This is like this company that I got this from That's what they make. Like they make stuff for guns like this.
Mm-hmm.
Have
Where
you ever shot this gun?
No.
I have not shot it yet. No. I need to, obviously. But like, this ammunition was very expensive. And
Fill us in on how much.
how much? For a box of 20, it was like 105, I want to say.
$5 a round.
I have not.
$5-6 a round.
It's like gold.
Yeah.
And that was before a lot of the COVID stuff.
So
The
it's
gun
even
prices
more
really
now.
went whack. So,
So it
it's
could be worse.
probably it could be more. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
$5.25 per round.
If there's anything else major that I really need to cover,
So, like, was this gun actually used? And if it was used, you know who carried it? Or
that's
no?
a good thing. I'm glad you brought that up because I wouldn't have brought that up otherwise. So I brought up the fact that the Germans had to rush to make a new gun because this one became obsolete like overnight, pretty much. So they came out with a new gun in 1888. The government just designed one itself, and House was not consulted. Um, these were pretty much put into like backline duty, or like guards at warehouses would have them, and they got shipped to like there's like China, but I believe the Navy did use them some, and because of that, they would have seen action in China. I believe there was a like the Boxer Rebellion, like all of Europe went over to fight because they wanted to keep their interests safe in China. So like all of Europe went to fight in China, and these probably would have been used then. But as I mentioned, by that time Germany already had 2 other rifles,
Yeah.
and these wouldn't have been used very much. But that's the only sort of conflict they would have been used in. Even during World War One, they were just backline duty. These would not have seen any sort of frontline service.
So there's
even though,
slim chance that this was extremely battle used.
oh no, no,
Well, I mean,
and that's why, like, you see them, and for the most part, they're in like really good shape.
Yeah.
Because they weren't put in a war zone. I know mine wasn't quite well taken care of. Not abused, but it could have been better taken care of for what it was. It certainly is much better than what it was before. But you talk about who used it. So they have regiment markings down here.
at the
You won't
butt.
be able to see them, but like this was, it even says on there, a reserve regiment. They got like a abbreviation. So I believe it's like a regiment of guards, which is a form of infantry, and it was a reservist. And I think it's like, so it would have been like the 3rd Regiment of Guards reserved, and the 72nd Rifle, that company. So they've got like what rifle number it is for that
That's
company
cool.
too.
I do like that a lot of old guns will do that, where like they do a really good job of keeping the history of it, I guess.
The Germans especially. The Germans were very meticulous with that sort of shit. Like every little screw. So you have the serial number. Every little screw on this thing has the last 2 digits serial number on it. Like they wanted everything labeled. So if you want a numbers matching gun, you really know.
Is
have one for
yours
these.
double numbers matching?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah. Like this one,
it's a good thing.
I believe. I mean, and normally something this old, you will have a piece or two that is like placed.
Is yours like 100% numbers matching?
It's been a while since I've really taken it all apart, but I believe everything is matching. Yes.
That's sweet. Is it your only gun that's all numbers matching?
There's the military rifles. No, the one that I just bought is all matching.
All numbers matching. Okay.
Yep. Which I will be making a special case for that one. So I just bought one over the weekend,
No shit.
a bucket list gun. Mine.
Ooh.
We've talked about it on the podcast because
Yes.
I guilted him because he didn't buy one.
Or one like it.
Yeah.
So I bought one over the weekend, and it is now my second youngest gun made in 1942, and I will be making a special case. I'm gonna move it to the front of the pack, and that one's gonna be the next BTT, BGT, JFF, because it's got something very special about it.
Okay.
And I mean, I imagine I'm probably gonna drunkenly babble about it at some time before then. I'm gonna try to keep it under wraps because it's just something very special about that rifle, and it's something that makes it really unique, really cool. And I kind of want to save it for this.
It's hard not to talk about something
Exactly.
when you want to talk about it.
Yeah, because Brady told me after I bought it, he's like, "Hey, you're gonna do BGT JFF. You should do that one." Like, well, no, I made the notes already for this one. I want to do this one.
Well, I asked if you were going to do that one next. I didn't know what your goal was.
Nope, I decided to do this one because well, I like it too. It's got an interesting story, and want to get it out of the way. But
I
next
am
time,
excited for the next one, though. Big fan of that style of rifle.
indeed.
Something about guns with like different actions. They're not like a standard gun.
Spoilers.
Not really.
Yes.
You know how many actions for guns there are?
I'm joking.
Start listing them off for you.
No thanks.
Bolt action.
Lever action, straight pull,
Oh,
semi-automatic, fully automatic, bolt action.
I already said bolt action.
I know you did. What is it called? Charge handle. I don't know what you would call that. That's probably just like pullback. English.
We don't have to list them.
Yeah.
It was a joke. Thanks.
It was a
After
joke.
we already listed them.
Remember when he told me not to list them, and then he started listing them?
Yeah.
Neat.
Fancy.
I will
Any-
admit
any-
that the blued finish on this gun, I know it's like freshly done, but it looks nicer than like off the factory floor guns sometimes
And
nowadays.
it's not uncommon to see something like this redone, obviously. I mean, you want to keep historical finish if it's on there, but like mine was butchered already.
It was
Like,
already nickel
I
plated.
did not feel so bad, and I have no idea why someone did that. It did not look good at all.
Well, for all you know, though, that could have been nickel plated, early 1900s, back when they were, probably dirt cheap. It could have been done back when this gun meant nothing, kind of thing.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, it doesn't have, like I said, doesn't have anything under the FFA. So like, when it was imported, it doesn't have any sort of marks. It qualifies as an antique, so you can't see where it was imported to or whatever. It's, I mean, whoever did it, it's lousy. It wasn't taken care of, and I'm glad that kind of got it to looking like it would have been at the time. So it's just a cool piece, really neat. And
I think it looks pretty cool.
thank you, Aaron.
You're welcome.
I'm a sucker for firearms with wood stocks. Just wood furnish.
And like,
It
doesn't the
looks
wood look like
good.
really good?
Wood furniture is something I'm a big fan of.
And this is the original wood too, because
Which
it's
is
got all the
nuts.
stampings on it. Like, I'm sure it's had some sort of work done to it, but it's got like all the proofing marks. It's got the like, if you take all this apart, it's got the serial number on the inside of the stock. Like, you can see that and everything. So
I wish they would do that with modern firearms. Like all firearms, just do them that way. So that you would know, like, hey, this has had work done. It makes sense.
Yeah, but that would track every bolt, every gun you have.
see, this is different because like the government was paying for this stuff to be done that
Yeah.
way, and they wanted everything done that way. So that way they knew, everything was labeled, everything was matching. It was just their thing.
You could tell if your soldiers lost a bolt and replaced it.
Well, and that would be recorded too, because like guns, if they were broken, they would have to go back to a gunsmith behind the line, and you would work on it, whatever, and you get different parts. So
I think it's just hard to think like this comes from 1887. Just thinking about how long ago that is. Nuts.
We're talking like great grandparents, at least mine, been around that time.
Probably
Yeah,
mine
because
too.
I said last time with the shotgun, because the shotgun came out the same year as this one. Shotgun that I did on here.
Which is a weird coincidence that you happen to pick up 2 of them.
And that was the year that my grandpa's dad was born. It's just that year. So I'm like, oh, hey. That puts into perspective. That's generations back like that,
Mhm.
you know?
Well, it's really cool that you brought that in to us, Brennan. I greatly
Aaron.
appreciate it.
Thanks a lot. Okay.
Alex has been pretty quiet. You got anything to talk about, bud?
Not really. I haven't
No?
been up to much other than working and watching D&D sessions, so
Fair enough. Brady, do you have anything off the top of your head?
No.
Brennan, anything else?
Congrats to the Colorado Avalanche for winning the Stanley Cup on
Yes.
Sunday.
Yes, that was cool.
Beat the Tampa Bay Lightning, who were back-to-back defending Cup champions.
Yep.
And that was the first time in like 40-something years that a team has won back-to-back cups and gone to a third straight Cup final. And I picked the Avs going in, but that was the matchup I wanted to see. Like, they were the 2 best teams without a doubt.
Mhm.
And they put on a great series, and good for Tampa Bay for getting to this point.
I saw that they were the top 5 in the preseason to win it all, and that was like the first time that's ever happened that like a top 5 team going into the season was favored to win it all.
I don't know how accurate that is. Where'd you see that at?
It was on ESPN.
I have an obscure stat. I know.
I think it might have been like betting odds
Okay. And
going like top 5 favored.
things are different now with the betting.
Right.
That's probably a new stat then.
Mhm.
Okay.
I don't think it meant all time because I thought it was weird too.
Yeah. Because any of the previous back-to-back champs probably would have been favorite going in, you would think.
Right.
Well. Anyways,
Or maybe it didn't include the back-to-back champs or whatever. I have no idea.
I have no idea. Anyway, good for Tampa. You had a good run.
I did
Rest of Colorado.
want to mention, wasn't there some kind of mascot we wanted to defend on the podcast?
Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness. How could we forget about this?
You guys brought up
Hey,
sports and that.
we have to get Savin on this.
Look at Sav.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
We can cut this out.
Can we? Sav! Sav!
You're not Sav.
You're not Sav.
Hi, Ren.
Love how she's waiting by the door. That air feels great.
Ren Kitty.
Oh, the air
Oh,
feels good.
We're defending your mascot.
It is.
Yeah.
This is what
It's almost like that extra
masculinity
insulation.
feels like. This is the raw masculinity, the heat of raw masculinity.
The heat of raw
Do you think at some
masculinity.
point we could put like a cake in here and cook it with raw masculinity?
Yes.
Cake?
Yeah, because you can eat cake raw if you have to.
Mm,
All right, so Brady brought up the unique cause that we need to fight for. I completely forgot about it because it's been like a couple weeks. But Sav,
it's been a week.
And
2
two.
weeks.
1.
2
Two.
weeks.
Damn.
So, Sav, would you like to share the predicament that your university is currently undergoing, experiencing, unraveled in?
Well, okay. So it started off my freshman year.
Just get as close as you need.
You're so close to me.
to move away.
All right. Well, it started my freshman year whenever I got accepted to the college. We were called the Foresters, and we got a little like balloon chopping axe.
That's cool.
I know, right? So fun. Anyway,
So, what was the name of this mascot? You were the Foresters. You had a mascot. What was his name?
our mascot was called Norm the Forester.
Norm the Forester. Now, that
He-
is
he
a
was so
kick-ass nickname. If we had known about this, we probably would have talking about him on our one episode about mascots.
Oh yeah.
We had an entire episode dedicated to that.
That was a while ago.
Yeah.
I don't
I
even know
know.
if that was a real one or a practice one.
Oh, we did one with.
I think
Did
it was
we?
a practice one.
Anyways,
Anyway. So I had him all my freshman and sophomore year, and I came back to school this year with no Norm. We were just called the
Norm.
Foresters now. Like, we didn't have a mascot. Our mascot is trees now.
trees.
Trees.
You're practically Stanford.
Wait. Why did they get rid of Norm?
Well, he's a lumberjack, and I guess that was offensive to some people.
This is an absolute travesty.
I don't understand how a lumberjack could be. Yeah.
Because his raw masculinity scares people.
So dang feminist.
He radiates too much heat from his raw masculinity, like we are, you know.
Kind of like this
Yes.
room. It's
Yeah.
so fucking hot in here.
Literally, Norm, you showed us pictures. He is one of the coolest mascots. I'm like, man, that's cool.
So
And then you guys got rid of him because why? I mean, just no reason at all.
We literally had to get new uniforms so that we wouldn't have it on it anymore.
That's
Just
nuts.
so sad.
That's bullshit.
Yeah, schools are always trying to cut costs and try any way to cut corners. I'm surprised they actually did that. That must have been a quite an expenditure.
Well, we go to a private university, so we got plenty of money.
I see. Hmm.
Fancy like.
So, Brennan, I gotta ask you this: why do we bring Norm to the podcast? What's the reasoning behind all this?
Because we are starting the hashtag Save Norm campaign.
All right, I'm gonna start it right now.
Add us on Twitter with hashtag
It's
Oh.
already on Twitter.
Save Norm.
Yeah, I do believe we posted that already a couple
Well,
weeks ago.
Yeah, on our Twitter, but not mine.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that.
So repeat again, what's the hashtag?
Wait, does your school
Hashtag-
have an at?
Yeah.
Oh fuck yeah.
So we are starting the hashtag Save Norm, S capital, N capital, no spaces. Hashtag Save Norm, because it is an absolute travesty. It's a Christian school, right?
Correct.
It is a sin, a mortal sin, that this heinous act has been committed.
Everybody that was involved in getting rid of Norm from your university is gonna burn in hell.
Straight to hell.
Straight to
Depths
hell.
of hell.
No purgatory.
No, straight depths of hell.
There is no saving you.
You're fucked. Just know, you're fucked.
Oh shit, what's their
I hope
at?
they don't find out.
What's
who
their
this is.
Sav, what's
I mean,
their at?
Don't say it out. Well,
I can,
For legal reasons, this is all a joke. But in all
Let's save Norm.
seriousness,
but,
Save
I like
Norm.
to save Norm.
we
but
need
in
to
all
save Norm.
seriousness,
I will. In all
Norm.
seriousness, I'd like to see him come back.
We really do need to bring back Norm because he is a cool looking mascot. And the fact that our school got rid of him, that's bullshit.
Especially for the reason they did it.
We cannot tolerate this.
Will
At
not
all.
stand for this.
Okay, time out.
Good.
Wouldn't this all be fixed if we added a female mascot that was also a lumberjack?
Norma?
I was gonna
Lumberjack?
say that.
Yeah, there we go.
We could have two.
Wouldn't that fix
I
this whole
can't
thing?
fucking find it.
Norma.
Yeah. Why can't we do that? Why can we not do that?
You know what's really funny?
I found it. Never mind.
Okay, so I think it's South Florida, the Bulls. Their women's basketball team are the Lady Bulls.
So Tennessee, they've got the Lady Vols.
Okay, but
Oklahoma State has the
do you
Cowgirls.
okay, but you understand what's wrong with Lady Bulls, though, right?
Yeah, it's not a bowl.
It's not a bull. It's
There we
just
go.
a cow.
Just call them the cows, huh?
Yeah,
It's a great idea.
This is what we get when we try to bring inclusivity into this. It just becomes nonsense. But in all seriousness, hashtag save Norm. Spread the word. We need to save this glorious human being. If it takes adding Norma, I mean, they clearly have the money to put forth new uniforms on you guys.
They can
So,
add a
like,
new
they can
fucking
add
mascot.
A new
For
mascot.
fuck's
They can
sake.
get a new costume. If it takes getting Norma to save Norm, I will gladly
I'm all
do
for
it.
it.
I will gladly do it.
With all this Twitter talk, Brennan, what's our Twitter again? I can't ever remember what it is.
Our Twitter?
Our Twitter.
Is it not BL Hooligans?
Oh, that's right. God damn. I don't know why I keep forgetting that.
And isn't it the same on Instagram?
Yeah.
Is TikTok the same?
Yes,
Yes.
it is.
Yeah.
And I believe YouTube is just Borderline Hooligans.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
the
but
full
it's only
title.
Twitter that I can't remember. I can remember Instagram. I can remember TikTok. I cannot remember Twitter for the life of me.
Maybe it's because you just hear a bird tweet anytime it comes to your head, and so it just like bleeps it out.
No.
Jeez.
This comes from the one guy that remembered it that episode when we called you. You weren't here.
He called us.
He
Oh,
did
yeah, you're
call
right.
us.
We were literally just about ready to plug our Twitter.
We did
And then
plug
you
our Twitter.
called.
No, you guys did.
We did, and then he
Because you
plugged
guys
it.
were asking each other, what the fuck is the Twitter? And then I called you guys.
And then you were the only one that remembered. Like,
That was the
It's
best
great.
I
plug we
remembered.
could
Come
ever
on,
have.
I said it before I picked up the phone.
well, none me or Brennan didn't remember. I guess whatever.
If you guys don't remember that, that was a good moment. Go back and listen to it.
You know
All
what?
right.
Actually, go back and just start from number 1 introductions, and let's listen to all of them.
Might as well.
There you go.
If you got the time.
I mean, you're sitting here
recommend
listening to
it,
us
but-
now. You obviously ran out of podcasts to listen to, so
And on that note, if you remember nothing else from this episode, nothing about Brady hating alcohol, nothing about me rambling about guns that are 130 years old,
Or about the 15-minute talk we had about Chew.
or that too.
Yeah.
All of the Chew stuff. If you remember nothing else from this episode, remember, hashtag save Norm. And that note we say,
Save Norm. Dang it.
hashtag save Norm.